Good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Risen War. We are the meta is Futile, Jade, Rye, Blue, Rose, and Zen, and I am your humble lore master. And tonight we are rejoining our party in the land of Ulavar as they navigate the bubbling, broiling, soon-to-be, perhaps, all-out war between the land of Greymoor and the sane world at large.
Greymoor and everyone else.
Pretty much. Last time,
Greymoor versus the world.
as a quick refresher, Marius is not with the party as he was pulled aside for some company business a couple of days ago.
Banished to the Shadow Realm.
About a day ago, yeah. Back here.
Yeah, a day ago. The party has some important information about the sacking of Gatewatch that they are desperately trying to get to the capital city of Tul Jerome. They traveled through the woods by day, being stalked by some creature in the shadows. As soon as night fell, it attacked them, tormenting them. They fought the shadows and the hound away, only for the hound to harry them throughout the night, keep them from sleeping. They chose to take an old ranger path through the woods, and there they were waylaid by the creature again. They managed to get him a couple of times, but again, they managed to escape. They reached the city, and they sought refuge at the temple, and then went to the house of healing, the hospital, or the hospice, to recover.
Could have went there first, but no.
That done, they sought breakfast, and are preparing now
to speak with the watch.
to speak with the watch. Edwin has also learned about an arcane college located somewhere in the city. As we get back into it, I get to mute all of you,
Oh.
except for Marius.
Oh boy.
Oh, fun.
See you really soon.
He.
Alright, Marius.
Oh boy.
It's
Oh boy.
It's been a couple of days.
It's been a rat journey.
It has. And you're not entirely sure where you are. You're leaned up against a tree. Your tent is pitched over you in a uncommonly slovenly manner for you. You've been on the road long enough. You know how to pitch a tent.
Yeah.
It looks like you took a rope, ran it around the tree a couple of times, staked it down on the other side of the tree, and then threw the tent over it.
Some shoddy work right there.
You have a splitting headache, and it's mid-morning. You've got... As you look around you, everything's kind of bleary. What are you going to do?
So, what do I remember? What do I remember? I remember leaving town.
You remember leaving town. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a check. Where is it? Wisdom.
Alright. So, you remember leaving town. You remember meeting up with the rest of the team, the rest of your company. You remember heading north for a job. You think you remember questioning them about it? But then everything kind of goes blank. There's some brief images of celebrating.
Oh God, how much did I drink?
You shuffle about. That answer starts to come to you as your hand brushes a bottle and your boot brushes another.
Ah, shit. Too much. Urge, I swear, he just keeps pouring it out for me. Where is everybody? How's the camp looking?
You poke your head out into the fortunately shaded campsite, and you're alone. There's evidence of other people being there, but the tents are packed away and gone. The only thing left is your pack, a bunch of bottles and bits of camp trash that were left about. And you.
Bastards.
And a small box.
A box?
A box.
Like a box?
A small wooden box. You seem to recall it being important.
Alright, well, let's pick it up and just inspect it. If it's important, then we need to make... If it's just sitting there, someone would... Hopefully no one kicked it, right?
Yeah, you pick it up, it's a little bit heavier than you'd expect, considering. It's a wooden box wrapped up in twine. You only know that it's wooden because the papers come away from one of the corners. And Edwin Illumis is written on it, on a tag. There's something your buddy told you about for your wizard. It's a box for your wizard. It's really important that he gets it.
What? Damn it. Oh, jeez. Why would Edwin... Was it Ed? I don't know. What the hell's going on here? But we're gonna take a moment to just tidy everything up.
All right.
You know, there's bottles everywhere. At least consolidate it into like one pile.
All right. You gather up all of the camp detritus into a pile. Takes you about 20 minutes, probably, in your hampered state. Your tent is easy to break down. Yeah, it is.
If it was even put up in the first place, I think it's like shoddy at best.
I mean, really, the tent is mostly like halfway slid down the court at this point.
Just all it's there to do is just block the sunlight.
Basically, yeah. You are not far off of a road. You can see that you're in a clearing that's barely got a tree break from the road.
Do I see any sign of where the others went?
Make a survival check for me.
You can do that. Yeah.
All right.
Nah.
So they weren't exactly being stealthy when they left. You can see where they were walking around camp. You can see where the tent stakes were hammered in, and you can see footsteps leading away from the campsite. But then the road that you're on is cobbled. There's a few people traveling up and down the road.
A gentle wave.
Yeah, they'll wave back at you.
Alright, well. They wouldn't have just left me. Well. At least not without. I still think I owe third money. Alright, well, we're just gonna, I guess, We'll pack up his stuff. We got his stuff packed up. We're gonna throw the Edwin box into his bag, and so is it just the trail to the road, or is there a trail leading anywhere else? Or
There's just a trail to the road. The only other trails are short trails leading off that might be game trails or going to good bushes for evening toilet use.
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from those bushes.
Yeah, it's gonna make a
we're
perception
gonna-
check as you gather your things.
Perception. Ooh.
All right.
There we go.
Your coin purse is a little bit heavier. It's about 30 gold coins heavier.
Ain't no complaints there. I'll just tuck that back away. Put that back away. All right, I could deal with that kind of weight. More than happy to carry that. And then, do we know which direction is like? Obviously, this is cobble road. What is right? What is left?
So, your left is north-ish.
Ish.
To the right is south-ish. You know that because of your years of travel and knowing how to tell what direction you're going in.
Well, we left everyone heading south, so I would assume the closest town is the town that we originally came from.
Maybe. This road's not... I mean, it looks like the King's Road, but it doesn't look like a stretch of the King's Road you remember. Granted, it's all trees. It's Valerian, so...
It's Valerian. It's green. All right, well, see if I can track him north then.
All right. You walk north. Again, it's about mid-morning. The few travelers you pass on the road, going the other direction, they're mostly elves and they're in good spirits. And in about 20 minutes, you arrive at a massive green gate. A stone gate covered in greenery. And past the gate, you can see a large hill. It's almost a terraced hill that makes up the city. You can't really see from one end to the other of it. And there's a large tower atop. So there's a flat hill, there's a hill on top of that one, and then a littler chunklet on top of that, and a tower.
Okay.
There are also 3 large trees around this city. The road widens as you approach the massive gate. Now, you might recognize this place if you've been here before.
He's traveled around a bit. Like, he's been around, but that's a good question. Would he remember exactly where he is?
Well, he may not remember exactly where every stretch of road is. However, if you have been to Tol Duram, you will recognize this city.
Well,
because you are indeed, according to the signs at the gates, entering the capital city of the elves.
Huh.
Pardon me.
Interesting. Well, I hope the others got here.
Oh, man.
I guess we'll try to get access into the city.
All right. The guard kind of waves to you as you come in, daylight hours.
Little gentle wave back as he kind of is walking around, like looking for the familiar faces of either his coworkers or his the people he was traveling with from Gatewatch.
All right. So let's go with make an investigation as you're starting to look around the city.
Oh, come on, Marius.
All right. They're
You country bumpkin.
they're not easily found, but we're gonna switch back over to the rest of the group real quick.
Fun. Now.
All right. And Maris, I'm gonna let you listen in.
Ooh, I get to listen.
You get to listen in. It'd be mean to leave you muted the entire time.
That.
If only
So-
you knew.
It is about mid-morning.
boy.
As you all stand up from your places at the woodworm.
Mhm.
And you're heading off to the watch house.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep, time to do what we actually set out here to do.
Oh man. Oh, okay.
All right.
After last night, that's feels a little bit. Just a little bit of normalcy is nice.
Right?
Very true.
Being in the forest is still a bit abnormal. But,
Well, certainly in this one, but hey, you know. All right, Gail's gonna.
Don't worry, I'll give all of you a proper tour, as proper as I can,
Oh, all right.
later,
Look
once all
forward
this
to
business
that.
is done.
That might be good, actually.
Show us your family's second home.
Well, you're going to need to know your ways around the streets for the party, at least.
That is true.
Oh, we're not just gonna go around the whole city, seeing the whole party.
I mean, if you want to
The
get
whole
lost.
thing, the whole thing lasts like a week, right? So.
Yeah.
They
Plenty of
say
travel, plenty of time.
they say some people are never seen again.
Oh.
ominous random person on the street.
Ominous as heck.
All right. It is a short walk to the south part of the city, where the watch house is flanked by two trees that dwarf the others. These are trees like compare an oak forest to redwoods.
Oh.
These two massive trees that tower up into the sky. The watch house itself
Whoa.
Mm.
is a large campus. Once again, proving the elven affinity for stairs, as a spiral stair leads up from the street level on up and ways to the first floor balcony.
Well, might as well start climbing. Gail's
Yeah.
just gonna kind of, after she's done just marveling at these huge trees, she's just gonna start up the stairs and.
Follow on afterwards.
Alright, as you guys go up, you notice that these trees, not only do they have these massive trees included, have platforms in them, but also these hanging lanterns that drop down tens and hundreds of feet on silvery ropes.
Oh.
Even
Oh, I bet you that's really pretty at night.
the watch house door is left ajar, allowing the gentle breeze of the fall coming in. And there are several city watch members, several soldiers milling about. There is a central desk where a very bored-looking elf sits.
Join the
Not gonna be
watch.
pouring around here that much longer.
He is tall with thin features and almost unnatural, well, to human specifications, unnaturally thin, elongated face, piercing
None of us are
eyes.
humans.
But the
Right.
audience is.
Mhm.
One must suppose.
Adjacent.
Yeah.
Thin to a halfling face.
Like,
And
but for one true perspective, we should all.
sadly, I'm not that short, and I cannot be.
Gail's just gonna kind of glance around and just and go straight for the center desk there. Just excuse me, pardon me.
Recruitment is closed at the moment.
Oh no, no, we're not recruits.
Party business is through the door on the left.
No, we are actually emissaries from Gatewatch
Oh. Emissaries.
of a sort. Yes.
Well, if you sign this form, fill it out in triplicate, we can get you some sort of an escort.
What?
Escort to where?
I don't know, you're the emissary.
Um,
Usually diplomatic
Okay.
swords want an escort of.
No, we're not diplomats.
We have information.
We
We're
have
here to bring
important
news
a
from
grim knight.
Greymore. Honestly, news in Valerian as
upsetting
well.
news, as it were.
Oh.
Would you be the one to talk
Quite
to?
a few
Is
things
there
to
someone, or is there someone? Is there someone? I'm
If
sorry,
you're
I'm
trying
running
to
on.
deliver news, the Gazette's always looking for a good story.
That's not what
Okay.
we're talking about.
Probably not the
Sir.
best way to break this particular news.
No, sir, I am a knight confirmand of the Grim Knights of Greymore,
Oh, okay.
Hellenian folk.
We've been
and-
deputized.
That's nice.
She's just gonna kind of look at the desk, and then before leaning on it over a little bit, Gatewatch has fallen
He's-
to an undead threat from the King of Greymore.
He's scratching down on paper with his quill, and as you say that, there's a crack, and ink kind of splatters across the paper.
Hmm.
Gatewatch has fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Well, that could be the biggest news of the year.
Trying to tell.
Quite. And
Probably not the best for the Gazette, though.
no.
Right, which is why
We,
we have come here, looking to talk to someone in charge who might be able to do something
Okay.
about it.
Look, it's not the party yet. It's not time for kids to be coming up with pranks.
This isn't a prank, sir. Normally we
We were
Like-
there.
exactly. And the Grim Knights don't normally send anybody in this far with news like this.
No, the Grim Knights normally just cry wolf all over the plains.
Well, guess
Until
what's
now.
growling at the gates?
Oh,
What she said.
well,
Actually, last night, literally, it was some sort of shadow dog.
okay. Well, I am a clerk. I file
Yes.
papers.
Yes.
All right,
Is there
who should we
who do we need to talk to? Sir.
I'll get you the lieutenant of the watch.
Thank you.
Ugh, I actually have to do my
You
job.
should-
Bunch of lunatics.
And he's gonna turn around, look at an older elven woman behind him.
Maybe we should have mentioned that we were sent by someone from Lafayette.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
we'll bring that up here in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we've been in touch with a lot of different people at this point.
Turns around to this older elven woman, and Samania. They want to talk to the lieutenant of the watch. And she kind of looks up. I heard.
Let me just go get my boss. Anyways, hey.
Come with me. She's going to
Yes, ma'am.
gesture for you to follow her.
Right?
Which
And
we will do.
she goes straight for the staircase. And up the spiral
Okay.
stair
All right.
to the 3rd floor of the building. Where 2 other elves stand in a very large, opulent office. Not quite as large or fancy as the dragon's office.
Few things I'm sure are.
Few things yeah.
However,
The
it
pile
is
of gold behind a curtain.
it is well decorated with various elven pieces of equipment, dwarven swords, that sort of thing. There's an inlay in the wooden floor that is it is a silver design with both dwarf runes and elven script intertwined into basically a message of unity between the two peoples.
Oh, that's nice.
The lieutenant of the watch will salute. Lord Commander, as you wished. They were talking about undead from Gatewatch. And she's just gonna kind of walk away.
Thank you.
And the 2 elves will turn to face you. One you will recognize as Tyron from Lothiel.
But he's here. All right.
Okay, good.
And he'll address you first. Glad you made it safely. I was surprised you were a little slower getting here than I was.
Yes.
We met with some difficulties.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Is everybody okay? Did you lose one?
No.
No, he was called away on company business, he said.
Company business.
He's a mercenary, sir. But yeah. We were harried a bit by shadows and a giant shadow hound.
Well, that's something we'll have to make sure the Rangers are aware of.
Then we had also been delayed waiting for Gale's superior officer, who brought more dire news from the east.
Yes.
We will have to hear all about it. This is Glanring. He is the Lord of the Watch here in Tilderam. I've told him briefly of the concerns. We haven't yet disseminated this information down the ranks. We thought it prudent not to cause a panic just yet.
Right.
So, we had the watch commanders ordered to bring up anybody spouting crazy nonsense about undead straight to us.
Aha. Crazy nonsense. Crazy nonsense.
You can laugh all you want to, but that's what most people on the eve of the party are going to think of it.
Nope. Understood.
If we told them to bring anybody with trustworthy reports of undead from Gatewatch, they wouldn't have brought us anybody at all.
Yep.
No,
No.
that's right.
Okay.
No
That's-
offense to you,
yeah.
but the Grim Knights and a couple of Rangers have been screaming about undead for years, with very little to show for it.
Well,
It
Some of
is,
the rangers have been making complaints
yes,
for
but
all this time, too.
it is in our nature as elves to see things in the longer picture. Not the shorter picture of some of the shorter-lived races. It's no offense. So,
He's not wrong.
Pretty sure the big picture is as dire as the short picture here.
Master Halfling, with all due respect, the King of Greymore is... I will, provided fate wills it, live to see many kings of Greymore grow old and die. Other than magically enhancing his life, this one will be no
which
different.
necromancers are known to want to try to do.
oh.
Oh, that's an unpleasant thought.
Tell me, Master Halfling, what do you know so much of necromancers?
It's just stories passed down through my family. Again,
Does your
we've
family
dealt
have
with him in the
ties
past.
with necromancy?
I mean, opposing them, yes.
Hmm.
Again, we have, Miss Gale here, who's, of the Grim Knights, who, have been fighting them for, I don't know, how long has your order even been around, Gale? I mean, as long as I can think of.
I honestly wasn't entirely sure the Order was still around. That's how well their Order's been doing.
Yeah.
Did she tell you that part?
All dying out there.
I'm not
Very deputized.
That's nice. I'm
That's nice, honey. Sit down.
I'm not discounting the claims. I've seen the evidence of what's happened in Gatewatch. What I'm saying is that there are good reasons that nobody is giving you much of the light, much consideration for it.
There is.
Again, we understand you not wanting to cause a panic, but we just want to know that, something is being done about it, at least eventually.
No, that's why you're here, isn't it?
Yes.
Certainly is.
This is going to go before the Queen.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Right.
You.
All right, that's
Right.
reassuring.
This
Okay.
being you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah.
You're going to appear before the Queen tomorrow evening.
Huh?
With us.
tomorrow evening.
And describe
Okay.
what you've seen in Gatewatch with your own words.
Okay.
No pressure,
And-
but this may be the difference between the Queen doing something and nothing being done at all.
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Hopefully hopefully the Lieutenant Stormcreek will be joining us before that. He's got additional news of his own that he communicated to me.
Well, should he not arrive in time, we're at least able to summarize what he told us. Yeah, it'd be helpful if everyone we've talked to, so him and what was her position? The headmistress of the college in Lafayette as well, give her own testimony, hopefully.
Huh.
So yeah, again, it's not at this
That's,
point. It's not just Gatewatch; it's everything we've seen since Gatewatch as well, and what some of us, and he's just going to kind of glance at Edwin, have seen before Gatewatch as well.
And that's
And
what
what's encroaching into the forest.
that is what you'll have to convince everybody of.
Of course.
If Gatewatch falls and Morvain rallies his forces there, then Gatewatch is technically not Valerian lands.
No, it isn't.
Right, but it hasn't stopped at Gatewatch.
And that is what we need to convince the ruling council and the queen of. Otherwise, it's foreign business.
What about the elves, Valerian elves that were there and killed?
We also have to convince them of that. If a few Valerian elves were killed in crossfire, then there's going to be a diplomatic envoy or a strongly worded letter and possibly some restitution. If they were slaughtered wholesale, then
That one.
Oh,
Which they were.
That one.
he
That's
deflates.
That's what Lieutenant Stormcreek told us. Every single Valerian citizen in Gatewatch put to sword.
The prince seems to have taken a particular interest in elves.
That's half of Gatewatch.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's extremely concerning. And gives reasonable leads to a reasonable conclusion that he'll be pushing in further to swell his forces with more elven bodies.
Going after the tombs as well.
Also that, as
Right.
she kind of points to Edwin.
He is going to sit on Glanring's desk and that's centuries of life for each person slain.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Apparently elves are good for experiments.
If what you're saying is accurate, then Morvain has single-handedly destroyed millennia of knowledge in both past and future.
It's just the beginning.
Think
Gail's
that'll
just gonna-
convince the queen?
Gail's just gonna kind of run her hand over her hair, just. Ooh.
I guess what is her disposition on the matter? I mean, I know the party's coming up, and naturally that's going to color things, but
I don't have audience with the Queen daily. Or monthly. I don't know the Queen's disposition on much of anything.
fair enough.
Fair.
The captain of the watch of a modest city. But I will be going with you.
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate it. I think every
Mhm.
bit of testimony we can get to help support our claims. Like if we're able to call that a ranger or any of the other rangers who have seen anything, all the better too.
This outrage will not stand. Tomorrow evening, where are you staying?
Um,
So
We
we haven't
haven't.
my
found
parents have a
proper
home
lodging
here.
yet. Oh, yes, right.
Okay.
Did mention that. I think that'll be better than
Do we need to retrieve you, or will we be able to make it to the palace on your own?
Gail's gonna kind of look over at Soliana and just, do you know where it is?
It'll be easier if you come get us.
Very well. And he will take the location from you if you're going to be at
Mm-hmm.
parents' house.
Yes. We are at parents'
We are
house.
now.
So,
Alright.
Do y'all want to
Do you
pay
have,
for an inn?
Mom, Dad, I brought friends.
I don't.
Mom, Dad.
I mean, I don't mind, but
Shit's going sideways. I want a hug.
So we're making our case to the queen tomorrow.
yes. Would you prefer to wait a week?
No, absolutely
No.
not. And I appreciate this being given the attention it deserves. But is there any suggestions you have as to how we might best prepare our case in that time?
Be honest.
Wouldn't dream of
Is
much
she-
otherwise.
Is she going to expect a certain level of dress?
Soliana,
Never
I'm
hurts
just
to
gonna-
dress
Soliana, I'm just
hard.
gonna be wearing my uniform.
Huh?
Soliana, I'm just gonna be wearing my uniform.
Yeah.
You know, actually, that's probably for the best. But
She needs to know that we're not going to be dressed up. She's aware of that, right?
I don't know.
Well, fine.
I
So
mean,
fine.
we're kind of a.
She holds court. People show up in court.
Oh, okay. I don't know what a queen does.
I mean, maybe take a bath first if you haven't in a while.
I mean, obviously.
no, we should all try to look as presentable as possible. So again, yeah, Gail will be fine. Looking the part of the Grim Knight.
That is her part.
And hopefully Marius will be back with us by then.
Hopefully. Hey, Marius, guess what? You get to meet the queen. Tuck your shirt in.
Tuck your shirt in, do up your button, brush your hair. Seriously, what is that? You got a stick in your hair?
He's not that simpleton.
Sounds about right.
And just had a fancy bath for the first time in his life, and we're gonna make him
He's-
have a second one in the same week. Like,
Yeah, I mean, look, it's simple living. It's not,
He's a farm boy.
it's not druid hermit in the middle of the woods, wrapped in vines and leaves.
same
Like,
difference.
To the Prince of Halflings, maybe. I'm sure we're all peasants compared to you.
So tomorrow
He
I'm
knows how
not
to
the
stand
Prince of
pretty in court,
Halflings.
fine.
I am the exiled former guard.
Exiled Kingsguard.
Mhm.
Sure.
Mm.
Sure. Okay. I've only been before royalty once, and the last time was not great. Because he was walking through the town.
Hmm.
This should be a lot different, I would imagine.
I would hope so.
Not that
Listen,
bad.
only
Usually I just stay quiet.
Yeah, well, if that's not the point of tomorrow's event, we need to be anything but quiet.
You speak when spoken to, and that's
Poor Edwin.
I mean, Edwin, yeah, and you in particular, will probably need to speak up because you've probably seen
You
the most of
know-
what the prince is up to these days.
You have the most information out of all of us.
that is true.
On what's going on in the castle.
I still only spent a lot of time in the tower.
More time than we ever did.
Yeah.
I've never been up to Iron Pinnacle Keep. The only ones who have are the Lord Commanders and the High Command. I'm just a confirmand.
I'll get to see some of you promotions in your future once this is all over with.
Kieran is just staring at you guys.
Oh.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Got a little caught up amongst ourselves there, didn't we, sir?
Did you have anything else to add?
Oh, let's see. I think that's the gist of it.
We'll pass the dog problem to the Rangers. Make sure they know there's something out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll have the city watch on alert for something.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't think we had anything else in that regard,
No,
did we?
don't think so.
Just
I'm glad you got here
want
safely.
Oh,
Yeah,
Me too.
you've had.
thank you.
Those things sure did try to make it not so, but
Somehow we survived.
Well, I guess to Soliana's family home then.
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
Thank you, Captain, and thank you for seeing us, and I guess we'll go.
They'll both give you a
Right,
salute.
see you tomorrow.
Send you on your way.
Woo.
Gail will respond in kind and carry on.
All right.
All right.
And I was like, all right, good. I was getting a bit worried from all the stories we've been hearing that they wouldn't be taken seriously, but it sounds like they are. So I guess we just have to convince, the queen of that. But
Yeah. Huh.
No pressure.
Oh boy. You know what?
But I mean, we have
It'll
the
be fine.
truth on our side. So I mean, how hard can it be?
It'll be fine. I've been talking to a lot of people above my pay grade to talk to lately, so it'll be all right, right? Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm going to worry about it,
Only on a side-eyeing Edwin.
I know.
but
Again,
It'll be
it
okay.
It has to work out.
I hope it does. I
Right.
hope the stewards are on our side in that regard.
Oh, I imagine they would be, but
So,
they're not
Soliana,
exactly ones to give direct assistance.
Soliana, where's your parents' place?
Oh, right. It's this way.
It's across town again, isn't it?
Probably.
That's fine. You were going to give us
PM, is
the
it
tour
across town
anyways.
again?
So I suppose maybe we don't have time for the tour if we need to be prepared for tomorrow.
Give you
Edwin,
a
are you
tour.
going with the rest of them, or are you seeking?
Oh wait, yeah.
your
What
own
were you doing in the
answers?
college?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll probably just kind of ask, well, where is the arcane college at the very least? I have thoughts and a potential solution to get that dog off our back.
Oh,
Need some
Oh.
other help to
oh,
do it.
What have you figured out?
absolutely.
Mm.
Soliana's gonna switch course to the arcane college.
All right. The college here is a bit more modest than the larger one in Lafayette. But it is a very well-regarded structure. As you enter, the attendant is a bright, bubbly elf. Greetings, seekers of arcane wisdom.
Just the one.
Greetings, seeker of arcane wisdom. Are you a student, or are you looking to enroll? Or are you looking to purchase services?
We did kind of already enroll.
Yeah, I mean, like, technically I did enroll. I haven't gotten anything back on that yet, but,
One moment, what's your name?
Edwin Illumin?
She's gonna turn down under her desk, and a cat's gonna hop up onto her lap and then up onto the desk. Did you hear that name? Cat's gonna kind of nod. All right, go check. And the cat's gonna hop off of the desk and disappear. And a minute or so later, it's gonna crawl up her back, kind of purr into her ear. Ah, Edwin, they've had a little bit of trouble delivering your letter. With the response to your application, but she's gonna take a little tiny scroll off the cat's collar and hand it to you. There, that is the response from the Office of Admissions.
I guess we're just gonna open that up and look at it.
All right, as you unroll this tiny little scroll, it grows in size to a full letter.
Neat trick.
Convenient.
She steeples her fingers and she's looking at you like this is the last episode of a season for her favorite show, and does he get the girl? Like, that's the energy that she's...
Oh, she is ready. She is here.
And in fancy flowing script, it's Edwin A. Loomis, after careful consideration of your detailed application, and considering the arcane knowledge that you both innately possess and have learned in your previous your apprenticeship studies, we have decided that it is only appropriate to admit you to the arcane college. Signed, and then there's a 3 claw marks for the signature.
Ah, congratulations. You're a wizard, Edwin.
I mean, student, technically.
Edwin, are you reading through the letter out loud, or are you...
And
I mean, probably mumbling it to himself.
Gail's just kind
Muttering it loud enough.
She's like
this.
this.
I was going to say trying to read over his shoulder, but that doesn't really work. I guess read
Solely on his
under his
accent,
shoulder. Like,
reading over his shoulder.
Right.
Gail's just kind of listening.
As he's mumbling,
You get in there, buddy?
Surprisingly, yeah.
the woman
why are you
behind the
surprised?
counter, she squeals a little bit.
Oh.
Hope's
Gail's
so
just
happy
gonna-
for you.
Gail's just gonna clap him on the back.
She's gonna
Yes!
reach out a hand, and a brooch will appear over it and fall into her hand. And sorry, 1 second.
One.
Listen here, you.
I'm listening. I am listening intently.
42.
Very much so.
Let's move your nose, right?
I can smell ya.
The
Interesting.
what appears in her hand is a brooch, or like a cloak clasp. And it is a standard... looks like it's made out of just standard copper or brass. Just a standard ring. And she's going to hand it over to you, Edwin.
We will just take it.
As you put your hand on it, Edwin, the pin flashes and is inlaid with a blue gemstone. And the edge of the ring shapes into the symbol of evocation. It's a ring, it's a spiked ring, with kind of a cross going through it.
Neat.
In any arcane college, Mr. Edwin, that will identify you as a junior student. Well, freshman, you know.
Well, thank you.
So
It's
you're
neat and all, but I guess that's not what we're here about.
you are now entitled to use guild and arcane college services.
Let's make it easier, at least.
Yeah, that'll probably make a lot of this easier.
Gail's just behind him, just grinning ear to ear.
So happy for him.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think I'd make it this far.
What? You're brilliant.
Yeah,
Edwin.
right? Really need to have more
Hey, will you
confidence.
spend years being otherwise?
I mean, Soliana, we nearly died last night.
All of a sudden, this woman's face gets a little bit concerned.
Not out loud, Gale.
I mean, it's probably going to come up.
Gail's just gonna
whenever,
shrug.
I'm sure
It's
gonna
fine.
come
We'll
up
just
whenever
kind of like
was gonna
push the
ask
sleeve
what-
down further. No, it's fine. But
see.
on that semi-related, is there any services here for spellbook rebinding?
Oh, did something happen to yours?
Sort of.
We have several binders, yes. Depending on the damage, it's probably not going to be very cheap, though.
I mean, it's not damaged. It's more just replacing, putting a new one on it.
It needs a new cover, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it might take a few days, but just down the hall, third door on the right, fifth door on the left, down 3 flights of stairs.
Yep.
That's the library. There's 7 other doors that go to the library, but that's the one that's most direct. And doesn't take you somewhere weird.
The most
Most
direct.
direct. Gail's just gonna look over at Soliana and just kind of,
Most
What?
direct.
what?
Most direct.
Thank you very much. You have a very nice cat.
Thank you. Did you hear that, Jingles?
The cat's name is Jingles.
The cat's name is Jingles.
The cat will meow at you.
Oh.
Mr. Jingles, could you show them to the library, please? Not any of the odd
Oh.
ways. And the cat will hop down and start running ahead of you.
We will follow the cat.
Oh, the cat.
As the shadows in the halls, the cat kind of fades from shadow to shadows. The cat is solid black except for a tip. The tip of its tail and the tips of its ears are white. So occasionally you see little bits of white almost glowing through shadow as it goes down the hall.
Hey.
But soon enough, you find yourself in the library. It is, as you open the door, it seems to be larger on the inside than the outside would allow. It's a massive chamber that looks like it's 4 stories tall. And there are doors with no walls. And there's a large balcony where there is a door just on the balcony. There's no wall attached to.
Huh.
You know what? I'm not going to ask because, magic.
No.
Yeah, magic.
There's an old man
Not
behind
any
the.
magic I know.
There's an old man behind the. An old human behind the circulation counter. Looks up at you. How did you ruffians get an a freshman? What brings you to the greatest library in Valeran?
Yeah, honestly, I could probably spend a good several days here. Sorry.
Lifetimes, my boy, lifetimes.
Don't. I wanted to
Well,
just
that's
sit and
what-
read all day.
Always time for that later.
What tome are you looking for? Let's see, you're freshman. Somewhat restricted to the first floor, but
I mean, nothing like that currently. I'm looking for
it's quite
book
shame.
rebinding.
Rebinding? What did you do to it?
Nothing. It's just replacing it with a different one.
Show me,
I
show
guess
me.
it's technically 2.
Show me what you need. He's gonna pull out a pair of very small glasses to sit at the end of his nose. And before you ask the question, yes, he does have the wide-brimmed wizard hat with a very tall steeple that flops over at the very top.
Oh,
Yay.
classic.
Just a classic old man wizard.
Big, long, bushy beard. Pretty sure a moth flies out of it at some point.
Magical.
Hey.
Yeah, he'll
Is that
just
what they
dig through
call
his
it?
make a holding and pull out one spellbook. The
Which one is he pulling out?
uh one he's not supposed to have.
Oh boy.
Presumably very fancy and ornate.
It is a quite the ornate grimoire. So you pull out Oreg's grimoire and hand it to him, and as soon as you take it, he kind of, ooh. This is not a pleasant or pleased book.
Yeah, I can't imagine it would be.
So you take
Please?
it and... I don't like what this is bound in.
That's why I'd like to have a rebound and a similar quantity of whatever pages put into it.
Is this yours?
No?
Whose is it?
The court wizard in Belmont.
Not a nice man. Not a nice man. Not at
Young
all.
man, I have questions.
I probably have answers.
Why?
He was my old kind of mentor, I guess.
You don't steal your teacher's
You-
book.
You mean slave master?
Yeah.
Well, many
He
apprentices
was
feel
so
that way.
neglected.
Many apprentices
so
feel
badly.
neglected.
Evil
Yeah,
Mad
but-
King. That's why.
Like, how
Anyway.
long were you working for him again, Edmund? Like, years, decades, something along those lines. I'd say the man's earned it.
Well, he wasn't. Whoever's this is isn't a good person. Do you smell that?
No, I had to work under him. I know that. Why?
I think this
I
was.
thought to take it.
I think part of this binding is fey skin.
Yeah.
Not like a fey animal either. Like a full on. Somebody skinned one of the whimsy folk for
Person?
this.
Why?
Yeah,
For what
he
purpose?
threatened me with that too.
Gail's gonna look to both Soliana and Boffin and just with that horrified expression.
Wait, threatened to skin you or threatened to force you to skin a fae?
No, me and my parents.
Oh. How does this
Uh.
man keep getting worse? How?
Okay,
That's
so what is your goal? What is the point of this?
He wants it back, and I'm not inclined to give it back.
He's not getting this back.
No.
Why do you want the pages rebound, though?
So I can give him back the cover so he thinks I give it back. I'm trying to get him off my back for a while.
He's going to click his fingers twice, and a snowy owl is going to fly down with a book in its talons. A large snowy owl fly down with a book in its talons. Is going to take it. Alright, read this book. Freshman.
Okay.
You open up the
Edwin,
book,
again. Okay.
and immediately you feel like you know how like when you got like a bit of sleep in the corner of your eye or something like that, it makes your eye feel kind of like just really irritating. You gotta kind of rub it out a little bit, you know? You immediately feel that sensation, and the pages are blurry. So you rub your eye, and it doesn't get better. It just doesn't get better. Alright, so you've seen the point. Those are the pages that I'm going to put in this jacket.
Yeah, that'll work.
So what is the plan here? Or, like, won't he still, like, realize that his book's been tampered with? Like, he's gonna try and use it, right? When he gets it back.
Obviously, but that's... course he's gonna know the second that he touches the thing, but theoretically his
time.
dog won't.
Oh, we're
Right.
stalling for time.
So, yeah.
We're
More
stalling for
time, I
by
mean,
giving the dog a fake.
yeah,
That is
the
so
idea.
smart. He is so smart.
But, and I mean, if I can somehow get word to my parents and he hasn't already done anything to them, then maybe they can get out.
Alright, well. Give me a day or two to finish this work. I'm going to read through these pages. And if I can make sense of any of the spells within, I will determine then whether or not you'll get them back. You understand there are some forms of magic that we try to keep out of the hands of the young wizards.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Good. Is this your first time at this arcane college?
I just, got properly, accepted in enrolling just today. Just, like, 5 minutes ago.
Oh, congratulations. My name is Gyorek. I'm the librarian here, and I will remember your name from now on. Now,
I will endeavor to remember yours.
oh, don't worry. No, it's a bit of an impressive piece of work. Be careful which door you leave through. The entire arcane college here in Tolderom appears very small, but that's because pretty well every department is held within its own pocket dimension.
So what now?
So,
Does that mean
You know-
we're in a pocket right now?
Oh,
young freshman, have you heard of such magic?
Has he read about it?
You can make an arcana check.
Don't let your knowledge fail you. Nice.
Oh no.
10. You know the concept of, like, banishing something to another plane of existence or to a pocket dimension. You wouldn't begin to know the process. Like, you've only managed to steal some glances.
Yeah.
So each department exists within its own little world. And we link them together through the doors. So, be careful.
Man, I want to explore
yeah.
this place.
You don't want to enter the Department of
Where's the
Transmutation. They will speak your ear off for ages about how it's the superior's magical school.
What is this? Is that not every magic school?
And careful of the illusionists. You'll never find your way out. Lost my
Speaking
glasses
of
for
finding our
4
way
days
out,
ago.
is that hat still here, or did it leave as soon as it dropped us off?
Oh, it absolutely left.
Right, so yeah, how do we get out of here again?
You turn around and you go through the door.
Oh, what's that all?
door?
The door directly behind you.
Thank you. I don't want to get lost in here.
Think about how
I'm-
much you'd see.
Yes, Edwin, but I'm not magically inclined like you are. I mean, I am a little bit, but not like you.
very impressive though.
Stay for a couple hours.
Yeah, we can stay. You want to stay for a couple hours?
Kind of.
I mean, I can't blame you. This feels like a place out of your dreams.
Look, it's been a heck of a week.
No, yeah, you deserve something nice,
You deserve
Edwin.
that.
Of course, I don't know what the rest of us are going to do, but you do deserve that, so...
Alright.
Your own place.
So Leon will find a book and read in a corner. She can-
Well, sure, yeah, you might know what these books are about.
I know, I have no idea.
I
So-
mean, honestly, if I could read
Sorry, so
read anything on how to deal with, on how to further
Okay.
deal with necromancy, that'd be great.
So, with some effort on the first, in this public area of the library, you all find something that you can read that's in some way interesting for a couple of hours. the rest of the evening goes by with a fairly little little fanfare. And Edwin, before leaving the college, was there anything else you wanted to do, or
Well, to assume he wants to leave.
before you're forced to leave,
Yeah, unfortunately,
sad
Ed, we
puppying your entire
do
time?
have an important engagement tomorrow. You can always come back here later. College isn't going anywhere, I think. I mean, I guess there's no guarantees with that, with magic and all, but
No, he'll go. He'll leave.
it's a library. You can take books. He can take books with him, right? Like,
A freshman cannot. No.
oh, okay, all right.
Well, that just sounds like a reason to come back.
We'll come back another day.
I mean, you guys don't have to come with.
Still think it'd be best to.
But it'll be the most important thing is knowing where to rendezvous, where to meet back up before our big deal tomorrow night, evening. Whichever.
Yes, I know, and we absolutely should not be splitting up before tomorrow. I mean, after that, I guess that's our big task done. We can reevaluate our plans, but
All right.
All right.
like, sure, we should be safe in the capital, but I mean, we also should have been safe in the forest, I feel, so.
So we're going to.
There's no lot of
Man.
places.
We're going to roll the
I mean,
clock.
in
What?
I was. Gail was just going to say, in any regard, Edwin, real proud of you.
Yeah,
Turned out to
well
be-
done.
Turned out
You
to
had
be
it.
quite the surprise. Quite the surprise there. Just
Yeah, and honestly, feels nice.
Gail's just going to grin at him and just.
Yeah, you need to stop underestimating yourself.
We're going to roll the clock forward slightly.
Oh.
The rest of your evening is pleasant. Your meal and your rest is restful. Your meal is mealful. And Soliana, your folks live in the northeastern part of the city.
Okay.
And it's about the time that it's about mid-morning. You're finally able to actually show somebody, you're able to show your new friends around the city.
Hey.
When near the city gate, getting close to lunchtime, you find a tall, purple tiefling. Shadows under his eyes. Messed
All dark and
hair.
handsome.
There's probably a twig in his hair.
Oh dear.
Dirty clothes, disheveled.
What did I say?
Black eye.
Wait,
Hey, you don't have a mirror?
We just took care of all this a few days ago. That's fine. We all need it too after the days we've had, but
Hey, you see Marius kind of
Marius?
wandering around.
Marius?
Oliana.
I see him.
just
Good.
looking around, just
Grief.
oi, Marius!
oh, yeah, he just gives a nod and a wave. A bit of a smile on his face. Happy to see
Marius,
his crew
what
again.
the hell happened, man?
Yeah, it
What
looks
you
like you
mean?
maybe had almost as rough a time as we did.
If I could remember, I'd love to tell you.
Hey, you know what? Let's
I-
go.
I'm sorry, what?
Lunch then. Hey?
I don't know. I got separated from my crew, and after we did the job. At least
Okay, but so you got your
think
job
so.
done.
Yeah, got paid. Again.
So
Well, I woke up and they just weren't there no more.
they just left you, like what, in the middle of the woods?
Why do you
Campsite
look like you just
off
lost
the
a
road.
bar fight?
I'd never lose a bar fight.
No, he didn't lose. That's why he's here. But he still looks like he took a
Mm.
beating, Marius, and I don't know what the heck would give you a beating.
That's
but-
what I take offense.
First off, I never lose a bar fight.
Okay, fine. Why do you look like you let the other guy win a bar fight?
I wasn't at a bar. You know, might have had some drinks over a job well done, and my best memory.
Well, Marius, you want to tell us what you can over lunch?
Tell you what I remember. Remember much.
And you remembered us, right? Like,
Well, of course I remember y'all.
well, I apparently can't assume if you forgot what you've been doing the last couple days.
I mean, obviously we left the town, we headed south, and well, company business.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Like, yeah, there's a difference between you don't know and you can't tell us.
Look, I've been walking for a while. I got a bit of a hangover. I
You know, fair.
enjoy the concern and the questioning. However, my head hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're here. We're here. I mean, we can certainly tell you what what we've been through the last few days. Definitely could have used your help there.
Very,
Oh,
very.
it's been-
What did you guys get wrapped up in?
Mhm.
Oh, don't tell me y'all forget.
If
I wish
only.
we could. Lunch sounds good though.
I could go for some lunch. Something I ain't just salted beef.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find something.
Make another menu.
Alright, and on that note, we're going to take a break.
Woo!
So I can make up a menu and probably a bathhouse for these guys to visit.
Yay! Bathhouse.
We'll be back shortly. See you guys soon. welcome back. We are in the home stretch of tonight's episode, and as we come back, our group is in pursuit of lunch and learning. I am sorry, I had a flashback to work there. Lunch and learning. All right, so
Having the non-flashbacks. Robot hell flashbacks.
Robot hell
flashbacks.
all right, Marius, you have arrived. Y'all have met up with Marius, and
Big boy's got a black eye.
he sure do. Marius looking a little rough.
A little rough, a little.
Again, I mean, haven't we all been?
Yeah.
But again, that's why we need to all get spruced up before our big meeting with the queen.
Yes.
So you are seeking a decent lunch place.
Yeah.
Soliana, at the last moment, you recall a nice little hole in the wall, kind of literally, called the Growing Pantry.
Oh. Well, that can't be too far from here.
And indeed it is not. Near the stairs going up to the second crown, kind of built into the the woods of the wall there.
Yes.
There is a small eating spot with irregular hours that serve whatever they happen to be making that day, run by a dwarf and his elven wife.
Oh.
An underground tunnel connects to a great large tree that's growing out of the side of the hill.
Well, neat. I dig it.
As you enter,
Fascinating.
as you enter, a gruff voice declares, "Oh, just sit wherever there's room. We'll be with you in a second."
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
This is unusual.
There are
Isn't it?
You would think that being underground, this place would be a little bit dirty, but it is swept beautifully clean, and the walls and ceiling are all perfectly chiseled masonry,
Ooh, mhm.
and the floor is one solid piece of wood, from edge to edge and around all of the corners. A solid piece of wood grown into this position.
Gee.
Gail's just kind of looking down at the floor and just. How long did this take?
I know, the
Oh, I
craftsmanship
think it's
is
gonna
amazing.
take a while for me to get tired of this city. How many of these little places do you know, Soliana?
Oh, tons. The theater
alright.
kids, a few of them, the theater bunch, a few of them call themselves hipsters, and while they are unbearable, they do have the best. They do have the best taste in some places.
But you haven't used that word to
Huh.
insult me yet, so I guess I could be worse then.
Soliana looks genuinely serious for a second, and she puts her hand on Boffin's shoulder, and she's like, "Boffin, I would never call you a hipster."
Thank you.
Hipsters. What? Gail's looking kind of puzzled over here. She's thinking about that. And just, some of the guys back in the barracks were absolutely insufferable, but you theater folk really are something else, aren't you?
I like to think we're a fun bunch.
I mean,
You haven't had much nice to
certainly
say
are.
about it.
certainly the ones I've met so far have been pretty nice. Hey,
Oh, don't get me wrong. Some of the thespian variety are absolutely insufferable. Method actors are. Anyway.
that phrase again. You mean like that kobold?
Like the kobold. Oh, he was adorable, though. He doesn't count. He's
Oh.
fine.
Oh. So,
But
Marius, you don't remember how you got that black eye?
No, I do not.
I don't think it'd be a memorable occasion. Like, I don't know what the heck could give you a black eye.
Probably Thurge,
Urge?
What?
a co-worker of mine. Don't.
You get in a fight
Is,
with your coworkers while you were gone? I thought
They
you
have
were on
big
a
bullets?
job.
We did the job. I think. I don't know. I had a little too much to drink the other night, and
Right.
That would do it.
all just sort of kind of a blur.
What did you all have? Dwarven liquor? I've seen some people get absolutely blacked out on only a cup of that stuff.
Marius, you're
Maybe.
supposed to sip it. You know you're supposed to sip it, right?
I was gonna say, I would think you'd, have a better idea how to watch your liquor, given, But...
Boffin!
What? No, I'm done.
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
Too far.
Well,
Alright, I'll drop it.
Wordlessly, the dwarf comes by and drops off flagons of a thick, dark liquid.
Oh,
You all get
well.
the same thing, and you all get a generous amount of it.
Ooh, looks so thick you can chew it.
Smells very sweet.
Alright.
Sip it.
It's good enough for me, yeah. Give it a taste.
Take a sip of it, and it is a pungent, it's a distinct flavor, with a bit of a bite of alcohol. It's fizzy, a little caramely. It's alcoholic root beer, thick, strong alcoholic root beer.
Definitely a
Nice.
very unique flavor.
Literal root beer.
Ha, ha, I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about sweet goodness.
Mm. Soliana's happily just feeling nostalgic. She's basking in it.
Mm.
I'm not used to this fizzing. Ha. It's kind of fun though.
I don't know how they do it.
Magic?
I don't know.
Across the restaurant, the dwarf rolls his eyes.
Drink it out.
Brewer's secret, maybe. I don't know.
Look, not everything on
Also, yeah, I
Expendable
don't
is
think
magic.
everyone's gonna hand us secret family recipes.
Oh, no, no. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Gail's just gonna kind of check her pocket real quick to make sure that's still.
Yep.
Yeah, still got it.
Still. No.
Still
The
have it.
precious is fine.
Right, realize.
You might want to, memorize that at some point just to make sure.
Oh, of course. Maybe after all this is settled down a little bit.
Like, when we get a
Whatever
chance
that
to
is.
finally make some, I'll probably remember it after that. Actually
Somehow.
making it. We'll do that.
Stick it in my bag if you want. It's kind of hard to lose stuff in there.
Wait, really?
I don't know. I'm not sure like that does seem handy, but I'm not sure I trust it. It's like, where does it all go?
Well, I mean, you know how things at the library, well, the college were sort of its
Right.
own little area.
Little
Like a pocket.
space? Does that
Yeah, but like, what
that how they
if something
describe
like happens to it?
Goes on the ground, I think.
Yeah,
Well?
that doesn't sound reassuring to me.
Well,
Not like it explodes.
I wasn't thinking it would explode. Now I think it might.
New cursed item unlocked.
No, it implodes.
What's the difference?
well,
That's only if you try and put one inside of another one.
I'm sorry, what?
In case of implosion, look directly at implosion.
Well, I mean, honestly, Edwin, I mean, I've watched you pull things out of that so far. Well, can't hurt to store it
Maybe
in
you
there.
guys store my staff when I don't need it.
I mean, still,
You make
we
a
should
good
at least
point.
Make a copy just in case.
You make a fantastic point. I'm gonna just, and she'll pull the piece of paper with the recipe in it, and just kind of hand it over to Edwin, just for him to put in his bag of holding.
Oh, there it goes.
He's not gonna lose it. Jeez.
Calm down, Buffin.
It's not you I don't trust. It's the magic that you can't even explain.
You can make a copy of it when we
Seems to
get
explain it pretty
back
well.
to the room.
Look,
Hey,
just
there you
because
go.
I can't explain it doesn't mean it's unexplainable. There's an entire college that you can ask on how they make these things.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'd be more inclined to trust your explanation than else's. You seem to know a lot.
There's a lot more to learn.
Apparently.
Now you can have proper teachers.
Yeah, so
That's
this is
true.
exciting.
Oh, right, Marius.
Oh, yeah.
Marius,
Up.
Edwin got accepted.
Yeah, you missed a lot of things. That was just
Got accepted.
Yeah, that whole thing with the dragon. Yeah, she
He got accepted
Whether-
into the magic college.
Well, look at you. You're a learned boy.
Yeah, he sure is.
officially.
Officially. We're probably gonna lose him in. We're probably gonna lose him in that library a few times. I'm sure.
Well, you still have an idea on where to find me.
Yep.
Narrow
if
it down
we can
pretty
even find
easily.
the library, I think the only reason we got it before is because we were following that cat.
Well, once you memorize the path, then it's fine.
You sure the
In
path doesn't,
theory,
like,
the doors
range
still
or
lead all to the
something?
same
Yeah,
places.
In theory. I mean, I'm fairly. Well, you know, the other night, standing. I'm usually fairly all right with keeping paths in mind.
Yes, well, last night was a bit of a stressful situation.
Yeah.
Don't think anyone could have done that better. And we still made it here, and all in roughly one piece, so that's what counts.
Exactly.
But yeah, we really could have used you back there, Marius. I mean, again, I guess we made it out fine somehow, but like, whew, it would have been a heck of a lot easier with you and that big sword of yours.
I never want to hear barking ever again.
Actually, I think that weird stormy thing that you do might have done a bit more. We couldn't
Right, I
really
guess
hit
even-
them.
Well, I guess even you can do some kind of magic stuff, huh?
I mean, I don't think it's much more than just, when you when you walk across fancy carpet with your socks. I don't think it's no more than static electricity or something. But
I
mean-
think it's a bit more than that.
I don't know, Marius. You're a pretty scary fella.
Yeah, I mean, static stings, but it's not going to bring down your enemies.
sort of had that. I don't know. Every time I get mad, just sort of happens.
All right, cool. All right,
Well, it's helpful.
shouldn't try and make you mad then. All right, I should listen to Soliana more. Got it.
But it was so weird. They were so weird. Like they would just grab onto you, and then you would just feel so weak.
Yeah,
You know, just kind of shudders.
that's true. I guess I don't know if that might have affected you worse or not. What with that being kind of your thing.
And then there was the dog.
Frickin' dog. I guess maybe you'll get
It
a
might
chance
be
to help us
back.
with that later.
Well, in theory, it shouldn't be a problem for terribly long.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why you wanted to get the book rebound.
Oh,
Edwin is far too clever for You were wasted in that castle.
I mean, I did a lot of work and stuff. It's fine.
But hey, you're here now.
And that's what matters.
We get to say you get to benefit from that. All of this whole expedition, for lack of a better word, has gotten to benefit from it. I'm really glad you all stepped up to help with this. I don't know if the Grim Knights any of us would have gotten this far by this point.
I mean, you did, and you're a superior officer. I mean, barely made it, but he made it.
He did. I mean, we're a tenacious lot, but still, I don't really know how much manpower we've got back in Greymoors anymore. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not that I don't appreciate the gratitude. I mean, whatever choice we have, like, something had to be done.
Yeah. Gail's just gonna kind of sip at her drink and just kind of gaze off distant for a second. Just, Anyway. Oh my goodness. We really do have to get cleaned up before this evening, don't we?
Absolutely.
Marius, you have to tuck your shirt in today. We're going to see the Queen.
Make ourselves presentable for royalty. I mean, less looking this ragged will help our cause.
There is no way that we are going to look presentable enough for royalty in a night.
Maybe Marius could say that the prince himself gave him that black eye. Hey, you don't remember what happened? It could be true.
No, he'd be dead.
I don't think.
No, that's fair. You're right.
He'd be dead and undead.
Well, that's a terrifying thought, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, didn't.
You know what?
Yeah, no, that's
I'm
not.
glad that's not the
about that.
case. Huh. I'm actually kind of nervous. Being before royalty.
I mean, if you don't think about it too much, it's not that bad.
They're just another audience member.
I guess that's
considerably
one way.
more powerful than that typical audience
I
member.
mean, yeah, but
Well, okay.
generally they don't
Juliana, is
look at that
the
closely.
patron of the theater just a regular audience member?
When you
Like, it's whoever's like actually paying for the whole shebang. Like,
Soliana,
surely you perform a bit harder for those people.
Soliana looks like a little serious for a moment, and she's like, Boffin, when you walk through those doors, you are an equal in the performer's eye, because they can't see you. All they do is hear you and feel their eyes on you. Every member of the theater is just an audience member when they walk through the door.
All right.
Actors don't care who's clapping for them so long as they're clapping. Besides, after one of the actors had a breakdown when he found out the Queen was there that night, we can't always tell them if royalty is watching anyway.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is we already know we're going in front of the Queen. That's kind of the whole point of the thing. So you can't pull that on us.
You're right, it did break down there in the middle.
Well,
But no, it's fine. It'll work because it has to. And I mean, we're in the right here.
that is true. You know what? It'll be just like it'll
Surely, but
be just
truth
like
helps
talking
convince
to the
people
High
things, right?
Commander. It'll be just like talking to the High Commander. I've never been called before the High Commander. Never mind.
Oh,
That's
Wait,
will be
who
fun.
who
All
was
we
that guy
have
we
to
were
do-
talking to? What was his rank?
All we have to do is tell her what happened.
Yeah.
Tell her everything we saw. Tell her what happened. That's all
It'll
we
be like
can
talking
do.
to the captain then. That's how it'll be like. That's
Exactly.
how I'll treat it.
You're reporting in to your to your commanding officer. That's all. That's all you're doing.
Of the highest order.
Yeah, the fact
Don't
that
think
they're
about that part.
well, the fact that they're even calling us in means that they're taking this seriously, right? Like if they weren't going to treat us seriously, we wouldn't even be invited to see the queen, right?
I mean, it's either that or, seeing what this bunch of rabble-rousers is about.
Yeah. Again, like you usually let people below the queen handle something like that.
Gail's just kind of grinning. She is nervous, but she's in pretty good humor. Oh,
Rabble-rousers.
it'll be fine. I have been in front of the Lord Commanders, and
There you go.
they're a step down, but still pretty high up rank. There's a whole council of them that helped make the decisions for our
That's a good
organization.
point. Oh, we might need to convince some of them, not just the queen.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Convince who?
You said like if she has like a council of advisors.
Oh, yeah, the Commanders Council. It's a Grim Knights thing.
I mean,
They
the
all know.
queen will have her own as well. And again, I don't
Oh,
know
that
enough
is true.
about Valerian politics to know exactly how
I
much
know
influence they
nothing.
have.
I know nothing about the royal court. So, and that's why I'm treating it as a meeting with the Lord Commanders.
Yeah, that'll do, I think.
Remember your manners. Don't speak out of turn.
Uh,
It
Yeah.
presses you to be polite.
yeah.
And otherwise, keep your mouth shut.
Well, I mean, not entirely sure. I mean, because we are, here to explain things. But yes.
And Gail, perhaps you should take the lead on explaining things, since it is your order who's on top of the undead.
Although apparently not
Mhm.
everyone appreciates that fact. But yeah, I'd still agree with that sentiment.
I mean, for quite a while we get accused of just crying wolf, but this time the wolf's at the door.
Well, hey, Marius, what's the reputation of your mercenary band like? You think that would have any pull? Like do people take your group seriously?
I mean, about as serious as any mercenary group gets. We don't. Most of our pulls with merchants. We're, again, most of us are more used to the traveling around, caravan guard kind of stuff. Not necessarily hired action.
Yeah, that's how we met.
It is how we met.
Oh.
Right, I keep forgetting you two know each other. It's just weird to think about. All right.
The caravan wanted a guard for some reason. I don't know why.
Well,
I
it's always
mean-
a sword in the sheath keeps a sword drawn keeps another in the sheath.
I can see that. I mean, traveling Greymoor, it's pretty dangerous.
Well, these days, certainly.
If you don't have some sort of protection out there, who knows? Could be the Marshmen. Could be werewolves.
Wait, the Marshman?
Yeah, the Marshmen.
They're real?
Gail's just gonna grin widely.
What? They're real?
I don't know. Look. Back home, we were just told not to go too far into the marshes. Don't follow the will-o'-the-wisps. They will.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's sensible.
And sometimes you'll see them following something else. So they say.
It's
I don't
early
know.
day for ghost stories.
I didn't. I didn't walk out there.
They're called the Grim
I
Knights
got
for
no-
a reason.
Yeah.
I got in trouble, but I didn't go out into the marshes. That's dangerous. Especially not at night.
Well, I imagine what
just
we've
seems
been doing is probably even more dangerous than that. So yeah,
I'll
so
give you
maybe
the
when this
mark
is all
yourself
over,
a
you can
present.
go find out what's the deal with these marshmen.
Has our food come yet?
Oh, yeah, you
Okay.
very solidly have your honey glazed ribs and fruit and cream.
All right.
Yay.
I was just
What did
letting
you
you
say
guys
there, Edwin?
go. Like, I didn't want to
Yeah.
interrupt.
No, that was fine. I was just like, wait a minute, our food hasn't come. It was never addressed. Usually Trick gives us a menu.
Yeah, a bit unorthodox that they don't
Menu
let us.
time hasn't happened yet. Wait a minute.
Look, you guys were
Well, they
talking,
don't have a
and the
menu
dwarf
here.
just
Isn't that
didn't
their
want to
whole thing?
interrupt.
Like,
We've just been sitting here for like
right.
a half hour just chatting, and the dwarf has been like trying to get our food order for like the past half hour.
No,
Just
well, again, remember that's the gimmick
They
of this
just serve
place. Is they
whatever.
don't order; they just serve.
they just serve
They serve
whatever.
what's on the house.
And it's a bit unorthodox, but I mean, hey, nothing wrong with some surprises now and then.
This is this sort of place is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Once things have calmed down a bit and this whole business with the queen's over, I'll have to take you all on a proper tour, especially if you're staying for the party.
Well, I mean,
It'll be good to know the lay of the land before.
how would we not be staying for the party? Like, where else do we have to go? Like,
I
I mean, sure, like maybe
don't
someone needs to
have any
warn
orders.
Frockamnear too, but like I think we've done our part.
I
We're
think
allowed a
they
little
have
bit of rest
messengers
before
for
the.
that. I think they have messengers for that.
Right.
But I mean, I don't have any other orders past this currently. So until I have new
Your
orders,
boss is
I'm
here, so I'm
here.
sure he'll have more for you momentarily. And I guess by you,
Oh,
I
I'm
mean
sure.
us, assuming our deputization extends past this particular mission.
I guess we'll have to see. Guess it depends on. And Gail's just gonna kind of glance around, just kind of lower her voice. I guess it's just gonna depend on how bad it gets and how quick.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be quick, and that's what we're trying to do, is make it as unbad as possible. And like I said before, I'm planning on sticking around and doing something after all this, but
I mean, I haven't been to the party in quite some time, so I think, when I was a kid. So it's been a minute.
you haven't been since then? Isn't it like an annual affair? Do you not get time off for that sort of thing?
Oh no, it's more the fact that my family couldn't always travel this far.
That's true.
It is a ways away,
It is. I mean,
and things book up very quickly.
Grandma always insisted that we should try, but when we could.
I don't think I've been since I was a kid either.
That's probably even longer for you, isn't it, Edwin?
Yeah,
I don't know how old you are.
84.
Oh, okay. That was a remarkably straightforward answer, given how evasive you've been about how long you've been in Philemon before. 84.
Okay, well, one's
That's
easier to remember than the other. They just blurred together.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I guess we didn't ask that specifically.
Young for an elf, but that's
Is that
wild.
young for an elf?
I'm over 200.
And
I'm sorry.
Gail's just gonna kind of gesture at Celiana. Grandmama's over 4 centuries.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that part, but I know. Okay, look, this is an old elf, so I'm like at that point, like numbers have lost all meaning. But
I mean, there are other half elves in my family who've lived quite a ways, a little over what the other humans in the family have.
Right.
Folks say it kind of depends on how much elf blood
That
you
is
might
true.
have.
Say,
I mean, half is half, isn't it?
Not really.
it's a mix, really. I think I'm a fair split down the middle. Say both my parents are half. But my brother, he's a little more human. His ears aren't
Huh.
quite as pointed.
How does that work?
Gail's just gonna shrug.
Genetics. The
Yeah,
other
my mom
source of magic.
My mom actually could almost pass for a full wood elf if she wanted.
Oh, okay.
Dad, on the other hand, he's a right even split. So, I don't know. It's weird. Ah. Gail's just gonna kind of just lean back and think while she's eating, just thinking about what's gonna happen next after the evening's audience with the queen and everything. Just what am I gonna do after that?
Well, again, the party's coming up.
Yeah.
Again, just harry the prince's forces however we can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind taking it easy for a little while. It's been.
Well, again, yeah.
We
party.
should at least try and relax for the party.
Absolutely.
I mean, that'll be hard for me until personal mess gets sorted out.
Well, I mean, that
Yeah.
librarian said it was just going to be a day or so. Get your book thing figured out.
Yeah, but then it's a matter of getting it there and somehow trying to maybe get word to my parents back in Villamon
Oh, yeah, I guess that.
to try and leave
Oh.
quietly.
Well, hey, I mean, maybe
If
maybe
they
knowledge
can.
will be able to help you with that too. I mean, if anything else, if said magic can do anything, I mean, surely it can get a message across to them. See, I wouldn't trust a regular post these days. Do an out.
No, when there's ways to do it, I just can't.
And then there is that concern, of course, with. I hope they're all. Edwin, I hope they're all right.
I've been hoping that for the past year.
Oh yeah, if
Especially
they're half
now.
as smart as you, they'll have figured something out.
Well, they're not magic adept like I am.
You don't have to be magic to get out of these sorts of situations. Just have to be clever.
Edwin, are you thinking of going back into Greymore?
No. I go back, I'm just gonna end up back in Villamon, and I left it there for a reason.
No, I don't think any of us are going
Just-
back to Greymore anytime soon.
Well,
Fight's
not
coming
that
to
far
Valerans,
east.
and Valerans we're going to stay, I think, for the time being.
Certainly for the time being. I mean, I'm not going that far east.
No.
I mean, unless I'm ordered to.
Huh.
I
Oh,
don't
that's
think-
a fun thought. Oh, I didn't even think.
I
of,
don't
like,
think-
What if your higher ups order you to do something stupid?
No, they're a little more careful than that.
Well, yeah, it's certainly whoever's left at this point.
Yeah, no, most of us have been ordered west. Some of us to
Good,
the north, but most of us have come this direction.
Well, that's good to hear because yeah, earlier it sounded like too many of you were staying in Greymore.
Well, considering our numbers aren't what they used to be, so I'm told.
There used to be more Grey Knights.
Oh yeah, but
When?
Gail's just going to kind of think about that one. 10, 15 years ago?
Huh.
Before I joined. I mean, I'm only 5 years in, so
Oh, okay.
I joined relatively late. But when you got questions about certain family rumors or just undead in general, that's where you can go. At least as far as
Right.
being Grey Morn. Oh, gracious. Hey, Marius.
Mm-hmm.
Did, would you happen to remember if any of your... Did you guys stay in Valeran? Or do you know?
I pretty much grew up on that farm my whole life.
Oh, I meant the mercenary. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, the mercenaries.
For that job.
He must have been all over the place for that, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we traveled in a couple towns, but never really stayed. Just passed town to town and just kept moving.
That's fair. I don't suppose on this last thing that you can't remember much of. I don't suppose you guys saw any of those weird symbols that we were told about. Did you?
I didn't see any weird symbols, no.
Okay. I guess we'll see how that's going to pan out. I mean, I don't remember seeing any on the road out here, so that's a good thing.
That's probably something you should ask your new college buddies to look into.
That is a good idea, because... Yeah.
And all we were able to figure out is it's just bad news, but like not really anything more specific than that.
Right. Huh.
I mean, I
Oh,
can
boy.
ask, but I don't know. Ask and look into it. I don't know what all I'm gonna be able to look for and ask for with being new.
Well, I mean, especially depending on how this evening's meetings goes, like it might be important for somebody, not necessarily like just bringing it to their attention will mean that somebody will be looking into it if it's relevant to the war effort. So
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all the information that we have,
I guess we
We'll
actually have
give.
a fair bit of it at this point.
we do. I mean, with Gatewatch, and then the spiders, and then the shadows, and these weird symbols, and
Yeah, we really got all tangled up in
Apparently-
it, didn't we?
sure did. We've all really stepped in the mire now. Gotta pull our boots out of the muck and keep going.
That's why you don't wear boots. That makes things easier.
Yeah, that would feel.
That's
Gail's just gonna kind of
that's
just.
true.
Ugh.
No,
I'm sorry. Do you want to walk barefoot in like swamp mud?
no, I don't actually. Now I think about it. If we're gonna, I'll get boots if we're gonna walk in any swamps. But I was not planning on it.
I'm like,
But
doesn't
look,
it hurt to
if
walk
it's
on
my
gravel?
boots or me, I'm letting the swamp take my boots.
Yeah, better your boots than you.
Exactly. Oh, still upset about use that nice cloak I had. Crossbows. Get a lot of nice stuff working into guard. But again, it was just made me too identifiable. Not that apparently that ditching it did me any good. He just kind of smirks at Edwin.
It was my job.
I know.
There's not
Hey,
very
made it
many
out of Greymore, and that's
halflings.
what counts.
Like one of maybe like 5 in the castle.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Those were dwarves, elves, and humans.
You don't exactly not stand out, Boffin.
Thank you. I try.
Although apparently, if you're getting out as any indication, you apparently can blend in just enough when you need to.
Yes, I can. Like when I offered to scout back to Gatewatch, I meant it when I said that I can surprisingly get around unnoticed when I want to. But I mean, hey, like who doesn't want to be noticed most of the time? I mean, yeah, and there are certainly times where you don't want to be noticed, but again, those are very specific times.
Certainly. I don't see a lot of the small folk among the Grim Knights, but every now and again I would see a few among the initiates.
I mean, honestly, probably
And I
half
guess
the
they
ones who
got-
did see probably were barrows.
And I guess they got reassigned to a different division. I don't know.
Oh, is this a mystery division you were talking about before?
Could be. I don't really know much about them. I just know that they're kind of rumored to be there.
And should I have joined
I
the
don't
Grim
know.
Knights instead of
Wait,
the
is this-
Royal Guard?
I'm sorry, is this a division that you guys don't know exists?
I don't.
Oh yeah, she was talking about this earlier.
I personally don't know. Say, I've heard rumors, but I don't really know for sure if they're there or not. But if they are, then great. I mean, somebody's got to be getting us information.
Not wrong.
There's been a couple of nights I would feel like someone was watching me.
Huh.
Or not in a bad way. You know, like someone looking out for you.
Well, if you were in Valera and a ranger was around.
Yes, it was supposed.
Oh no, this was back in Greymore.
Oh.
Although I did kind of some sort of feeling followed us in to that. Again, not a bad feeling, just someone's looking out for you sort of feeling, you know?
Oh, I only forget the other kind of feeling that the bad kind of being watched feeling.
Yeah, like the other night. That was awful. Terrible. But
How do you
no,
think I felt all day?
yeah, I understand. I understand it, one. Man, I'm sorry, man. It's awful.
Right, someone actually could be watching us because magic. Right, thanks.
That's not what I meant, but yes, that is a thing.
I mean, you said that's how you thought your master was keeping tabs on you, right?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, again, so I feel like getting the book back to him won't be the hard part. He's still after it.
Anyway,
Maybe it was just
also, theoretically, he's not going to be watching me every second of every day.
Well,
that
that's
would take a
good.
lot of magic.
That takes a lot of magic to do.
Well, that's reassuring. At least. Well, yeah.
Lot of
Otherwise,
magic
your
to do,
plan
and
would
it doesn't
work,
last
so.
long. I mean, I had the thought that you wouldn't be able to, like, scry in on the wizard college, but I didn't actually ask.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hmm.
What, some sort of magic protections there or something.
I mean, theoretically, it's the safest place in...
Well, that
Okay.
sounds like a good excuse for you to hole yourself away in the library. Is that so?
Exactly.
And when you can just say that you want to hole yourself up in the library, it's okay. We understand.
I wasn't going to ask.
I was going to say I just kind of expected him to.
I expected him to as well. I didn't expect you to ask.
And at least we'll know where he is.
Very true.
That'll be the first guess.
I'll tell you roughly where I'm going. Just when in doubt, go there.
At least he's going. At least she'll be easy to keep track of when we're all very drunk at the party. We won't have to worry about you. Oh, I actually have a question.
Come on, you not gonna let him haul up into the library the whole party.
Maybe not the whole.
Oh, I'm sure we'll pressure him into one night of being loose. At least a little bit.
Oh, just one night.
And oh shoot, I hope tickets aren't sold out to the theater already.
I mean, surely you can get us some regardless, can't you?
I can try.
It's funny, you said your family owned shares in it or something, didn't they?
Oh, that doesn't matter. It's more of the
What's
booth
even the
locked
point
up.
of like having like power if you can't like use it for like petty shit like that? Like,
We theater bunch aren't exactly the we're not exactly the ones with the best reputation of being petty. Have you seen the way some of the divas act?
No.
Uh,
Is it? Ooh, judging from that size, Sully, that sounds like.
I would have thought Boffin at least
bad.
knew, since he is one.
keep throwing new words at me like all the time. Can't expect me to
It's
keep
just
up
a
with all of
bunch.
them.
It's just a bunch of Boffins if Boffins leaned more into the I'm definitely a prince, you guys, angle of his character.
I mean, I'd like to be a prince. Like, you gotta start somewhere.
I think that's you have to be born into it. I don't think you can just.
Well, that's
claim
no
that.
fun.
I mean, don't ask me.
Like, there's gotta
You
be
can't just
somewhere in
say
this
you're a
world
prince
that
and
doesn't already
expect
have
to
a
be a
prince. I just gotta find it.
I wouldn't know. My family were homesteaders for the longest time.
I just wanted to be a wizard and learn magic.
Yeah,
And now you
you're doing a
properly
great
can,
job.
and it'll be. And you'll be famous one day, and we'll all be able to be like, yes, we knew him before he was cool. We knew him before he was famous.
Talking about like Artie's like very cool. Like, I don't
Maybe one day
understand
you'll
like
be an
any of the
archmage.
stuff he can already do. Like, and apparently there's more stuff that he can't do, and that just boggles my mind.
And
I'll
we'll
get
get to
there
be
one
there to say that we knew him.
Well, it was me live a long time, and not like I'm gonna forget about it. You guys are kind of like the first people I could probably call friends I've ever had in ever. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's so sad.
I don't even have the luxury of saying I had a cat for a friend.
Don't-
Do we need to get you a cat?
No?
We'll get you a cat, Edwin.
Don't
Need a
some
cat, it's fine.
Don't some spellcasters? Well, we saw that one at the college.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
like,
one of those
Oh,
familiar things.
Is that what they're
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
no, fine. If
magic
cats, you don't want a cat, you don't need a cat. You've got us as your cat equivalents, I guess.
I mean, I don't know about
Right,
any
friends,
of you,
that's the
but-
word you used, yes.
Ah, yes, the cat equivalent. Friends.
Guys, I think I may have let this conversation go on too long.
Probably.
I've let you.
Just ran away.
And it's just gonna be like all the patrons are just gonna be there, like just watching.
We've been sitting in this place for like an hour,
Everywhere
but
we go.
we keep like eating
Can't help
things and stuff. So.
I've let this conversation fly too close to the roleplay sun.
Look, all
Fine,
some of
Boffin
us
has
are, like,
gone from Prince of
tired and
Halflings to
sick.
cat.
I contain multitudes, thank you.
At any rate, we should. I know a place where we can get spruced up a bit, I suppose, to see the queen. I mean, it's not
Let's
going to
continue
be
this
much.
conversation in the batthub.
I mean, I don't know about
we're
any of
just
you,
in
but I'm
the.
not
This
doing
is the bathhouse conversation. We ate lunch. We went to the bathhouse. This is just the bath lunch.
It's just like one of those like scene transitions where it's just like continuing the like conversation in different locations.
I don't know about any of you all, but I'm gonna use that time to just kind of relax.
That's fair. That's fair.
Get all the travel grime and all the stress out of your system.
It's been a while since I've had a good soak. Well, since I've been able to have a good soak.
A couple
Didn't we
days.
just like the other
Right.
day?
Yeah, no, and it certainly do
No,
hurt
but
again.
then all the stress came back because I was going to see the queen. No, we need to let it go.
Stress came back way before that. Oh, for
I
dog and
think
all.
you're
But
way overthinking the whole meeting the queen thing, honestly.
I've never met
It'll
royalty.
be fine.
Okay.
well, you said you've performed in front of a queen before, right?
That's not the same thing.
It's absolutely the same thing. We just have
You
to do a
use the same
performance where we
mindset when
convince
going into
the,
both, but
yeah,
they're
there you go.
absolutely not the same thing.
See, well, you'll be fine then. You said you'll just use the same mindset.
He's just another person. All you just remember the manners, being polite. Don't insult.
Yeah, we're not gonna insult.
Just keep
Naturally.
quiet until you're spoken to, because honestly, are we going to be leading this conversation? Because we have two guards who are
Do the
probably going to be
talking.
doing that. We are just going to be asked when the time comes to that.
Say, out of all of us, you would probably know, Edwin. I mean, you've been around the keep.
It's a lot more simple than you think.
If you say so.
Say, I'll trust your word. It really can't be that much different than meeting with any of the Lord Commanders.
I think we just said this.
Yes,
The conversation has now gone full circle.
it has.
We've got a lot on our mind. Which is like why you said,
Alright.
yeah, relax. Relax. Good. Take your minds off it for an hour while we get ready.
All right.
So Gail's going to take this opportunity to just go ahead and put coinage down to pay for the food and
Good tip.
You paid, and at long last, you have left this place.
Guys over at the counter, it's like, do we need to start charging them like loitering fee?
We just left a really
They're
good
providing
tip.
entertainment, but
Oh no,
we
we're
need
the
that
reason that
table.
those laws start being enacted.
No lollygag.
A significant portion of your afternoon is then spent sprucing yourselves up for the visit with the Queen. We will not go into excruciating detail there.
They teach Marius how to brush his hair again.
Give Marius an eye patch for that eye.
Oh yeah, you would look rather dashing with an eye patch.
I wouldn't have two eyes.
You just need one, at least just for now. Can you even see
We-
out of that other
we
one
at
right
least
now?
need to wrap
Yeah.
it anyway.
It's a black eye.
You put ice on it.
So he'll be
Can s-
fine.
I can see fine.
He'll be fine. If it really starts bothering him, he can just go to the House of Healing.
Fair. And the temple, but not after hours.
Yeah, I mean, I think what she's trying to say is less about how he feels and how he looks.
No, I mean how he feels.
Oh, okay.
I thought I thought you wrapped you put ice on black eyes, so I thought if we wrapped it in something cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You do that when you first get it.
I've never had a black eye before.
Really?
Soliana,
Never?
how? You've been
Never
lived
had
for
so-
over 2 centuries.
It
How have
sounds
you
like
never had a black eye?
the
What?
acting
I have.
groups can be pretty rough and tumble sometimes from some of the stories you've been telling.
Well, I'm in my 80s and I've never been bitten by a dog before.
You know, that's fair. You've never been sliced by a boar either.
No.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a more uncommon situation than just getting
Regardless, I haven't had anything like draw that much blood out of me before.
Don't worry, Edwin. Girls like scars, I think.
You think?
Usually.
Like, what do you know?
Why does that matter?
I mean, to see some of the village girls swoon over the local Grim Knights. Not me, but
Oh, really? No, none of them swooned over you? Are you sure?
No swooning at all?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Of course you know when you swoon.
I was too busy teasing my comrades and hazing initiates.
Well, that's just mean.
Well, I
Don't worry,
imagine
It was all in
plenty
good
will
fun.
be swooning over you during the party. If you want
I
them
don't
to.
know. I don't know if I'm gonna know how to handle that. Liana?
Just wing it.
Well, that just means it'll be entertaining.
Gail's just gonna
Well,
grin
that's
real
also
wide at
mean.
that. Nah, it's fine. I've been hazed worse.
All right. So as evening
Liliana's just like older sister energy with Gail. I love it.
as your afternoon meeting rapidly approaches,
Mm.
it comes time to approach the keep. The center of Villamont is hill atop hill atop hill, and at the very
You-
top of
You mean
this,
Tolderon?
Tolderom, sorry,
Or
I meant to say Tolderom. Apologies, we're all a little off.
we're all a little bit
Mhm.
off today.
Yep.
It's okay.
Half of us are
Nice.
sick.
Yep.
Half of us are sick, and that's why we spent this entire half of the episode talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Thinking
Turn
is
brain off,
hard.
let character go.
Yeah. After going up many stairs to the crowning hill of Tolderon,
Tolderon.
tower stretches up above the rest of the city. It is woven through stone and tree. The stonework is rigid, elegant, patterned in natural swooping arcs of multicolored stone, greens and blues mixed with the marble-like white. And the trees that look like they are both merging with and grasping onto the stonework. That seem to grow in almost a free spirit sort of fashion, a symbol of the unity between the wood elves and the high elves. The entire city reflects this, with the orderly homes interspersed with the tree houses connected by bridges that are roads if you're generous, and none of which have names. The tower stands imposing above you, nearly blocking out and casting a shadow upon you from the mid-afternoon sun. The gates stand open. It is audience time. It is the court expects to see the concerns of the small folk, and you are not challenged upon attempting to enter.
Yay.
All right.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yep. Gail's just kind of looking around, just kind of getting her bearings. Just okay. And she's kind of watching the guys, just seeing what they do, if they do anything, and when they don't, just okay, and just keep going.
You once again are required to climb. The
It never ends.
building, including the spiral stairs going up to the audience chamber, is filled with a pleasantly cool breeze coming down from the upper floors. The interior is well lit, with crystal lamps hanging from vines coming from the ceiling. This center staircase is open to the court below. There is a generous handrail of woven vines, but if you could get over it, you could drop all the way from the 3rd floor to the 1st.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh.
It's
That's
nice
a
and wide.
long way down.
It is a good 3 people wide, and it does not move as you walk up it.
Totally not intimidating or anything.
You okay there, Sully? You sure? Okay.
Soliana's looking straight.
Platforms at each floor lead to the various other parts of the building, but at the very top, 3 stories up, is where the landing ends, where the top of the stairs end, in a large landing, and a large oaken door gilt with golden inlay stands before you. 2 guards stand there, visors pulled down over their eyes. Spear in hand, both standing at attention. One of them looks to you and state your business and your names.
Right. Knight Confirmand of the Grim Knights, Galenian Falk. We are here to speak with the Queen to deliver news from the east.
You're expected. They will both tap their spears, the butts of their spears, twice on the ground, and the door will silently open.
That's impressive.
They both stand aside for you.
Thank you.
We'll walk inside. Gale is keeping her posture very straight. Just.
How about the rest of you?
Casually walking in like it's just any other day.
All right.
Trying to casually walk in.
Some of our guard training is coming back, and we are kind of walking kind of official into the room.
Yeah, no, Edwin's on just Royal Cart autopilot. Alright, it's just another Tuesday.
All right. You enter the room, and it is lit from above and below by large crystals. There's a crystal set in the floor that radiates light, and crystals hanging in a chandelier above. There's a large wooden and stone throne at the very end, adorned with flowers and bits of crystal. The queen is not sitting in it. Chiron is already there, standing off slightly to the side of the dais. There are 3 steps on the stone floor, go up to the dais where the queen's throne is, and she stands before it. High Queen Imril of Valera. She looks down at you with startlingly bright blue eyes. Her skin is more pale than Edwin's. Her dress is only slightly more white. And her hair matches her dress and stretches all the way to the ground. Her face is angular, her ears are long, and she has an extremely neutral expression. It bears absolutely no emotion whatsoever.
Terrifying.
Let's see. Soliana, you are from Valeran. Go ahead and make a history check and see what you can remember about the Queen.
All right.
About Queen Imril.
You said history?
Yes, please.
There it is. Absolutely.
She is a woman. She She is a queen.
That sure looks like a queen.
Girl boss.
No, I wanted a lore dump though. Damn it, Soliana.
Soliana, you remember that her name is that she is High Queen Imril,
Okay, awesome.
and she is known as she's well regarded.
Oh, okay.
She looks down at you and opens her mouth to speak, and we will pick it up next time.
Yep.
I do apologize for the tease there, but
I knew we were. I knew what you were
Well,
doing, and I'm still disappointed.
I mean, how else are we gonna stay excited for the next episode?
Right.
Okay?
You know-
No, I'll definitely want to be feeling better for that.
I would we would continue, and we wouldn't have spent this entire half of the episode talking,
Yeah.
but half of us, not me, but half of this group are sick.
Hopefully.
So, yeah, hopefully not me. So we will, we hope you guys had a good Easter, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to join our
Bye.
Discord, follow us on all whatever the social media of the month is. I don't know where we're at this time. I don't know if it's X, Blue Sky, or I don't know which one is in vogue at the moment, but whichever one of those, that's where we are. And-
Grizilla's gone. Sad face. We should be really obscure. We should make a guy online just for funsies. Follow us a guy online, and then we'll just like post in the Gaia forums as if we're the next big thing.
That is our
An event.
primary. That's our primary social media. All right, good night, guys.
Gaia online.
Good night.
Night.